sure that he finishes the entire command, right? So I don't want to reward, like, yes, he stayed the entire time as I walked around, but I don't want to reward if he's coming off the place, right? Because then I'm telling him, oh, it's fine for you to come off the place, right? Whereas, like, I want to make sure that he understands, like, you get the reward when you finish the entire command, the entire behavior. And so making sure, and that's with everything, making sure that whenever I'm rewarding him, I'm rewarding him in the position and when he's doing exactly what I'm looking for, right? Because he's going to remember, like, oh, I got a treat when I came off the place. That's not the point. When he comes to me coming off the place, yes, I'll pet him, but I'm rewarding every single time, right? So place, like kind of we talked about a couple weeks ago, teaching him a place, right, is going to tell him this is where you go and you relax. So right now, what I'm doing is teaching him what place is, right? Go up here wherever I point and sit and stay. If we're able to do place and I can walk away or whatever the case may be, and we're outside with all of these distractions, he should be able to place in the house with you just working from home, right? And so making sure that, yes, at home, because he has to stay for a longer period of time, I'm giving him something to do, a bone, a toy, chewing on something, whatever the case may be. But first, we need to build up what place is, what he needs to do, and what our expectation actually is for place, right? I want to make sure that he's understanding, you know, each individual aspect and each individual definition of place. Go here, sit down, stay, ignore everything else. Are you listening? One more time, please. Please. Riley. Good. Sit. Good. Stay. Stay. Stay focused. Riley. Please. Good. You're squatting. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Stay. 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 And so you can see, sit all the way. He's getting really excited because I'm coming back to him, but making sure that I'm being very clear on what he's supposed to be doing and how does he get his reward. Good boy. That's very nice. That's so good. Something very hard. Okay. Good boy. Let's go to your place. Good boy. What do you do? Good job. Stay. Riley, stay. 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 No. Thank you. Almost. Go to your place. Come on. You almost got it. Good boy. Stay. 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 Sit. Sit. Ah. Sit. Good. Stay. Stay. Good job. Stay. Look at that. Thank you. Look at that good dog. That's so good. That is very good, honey. That is very good, honey. So, nothing special, right? He only had his potty break this morning, so no playtime, but he's still fresh, ready to go, right? So I used me, taking the 30 minutes to work on place and stay out in the same environment. Come here, you ran over. Working on place and stay in the same environment, making sure he's understanding that I'm setting the expectation for him listening to me, right? And then we can start our walk. And as you saw, it was perfect, right? So I'm rewarding verbally, good boy, very good job, Riley, right? He knows what that means, you do. Rewarding that, and then when we stop and sit, I'm giving a treat, right? So verbal rewards, good boy, good job, good healing, walk with me, right? And then when we stop, I give a snack, okay? Making sure I'm rewarding for that focus. So I'm not gonna give a treat if he's, all over the place just because he sat. I wanna sit and focus on me one more time. And this is just on his regular flat collar and a regular leash. Let's go, one more time. Riley, come. Yeah. Good boy, let's go. Good, Riley. And the treat comes out after he sits. I'm not holding it over his face or anything like that. So mentally, physically, he doesn't need to be worn out to listen. It's just more so of getting that mental stimulation. We're setting that expectation of what he needs to be doing and where he needs to be first before we start our walk. So for example, if you're coming out of the apartment ready for a walk, right? Having him sit, lay down, stay in the apartment first. You come down the stairs or come out of the room or come out of the apartment, right? Then walk down your stairs, come out to the front, same thing. Sit, lay down, stay, good boy. Let him go pee, let him go poop, restart, sit, lay down, stay, rewarding for that focus, and then start on your longer walk, right? If we immediately jump out of bed, jump out of the gate, he's not gonna understand, or he's not gonna learn how to properly regulate himself first, right? So he understands, okay, I need to listen, this is what I need to be, right? When it comes to dogs, when it comes to dogs, we're gonna slowly incorporate that into his everyday life. If he never sees dogs, if we're always ignoring them or we're always avoiding them, he's never gonna learn how to relax. Here, he's playing 24/7, so he knows that he can play with dogs, or he thinks that he can play with them all the time. But if we don't put parameters on that, when you're off the leash at daycare, you can play all you want. If you're off the leash at the park, you can play all you want. But the moment that the leash goes on, we have a new expectation, and it's not for you to pull, and it's not for you to try and go after the other dogs, right? And so we need to make sure that we're being very clear on what the leash means and what he's allowed to be doing on and off the leash, right? So for example here, if they're playing a little bit too hard, or if he's doing something he's not supposed to be doing, they get timeouts and they get nap time. Same thing. If he is let's say for example, Auditorium Shores yesterday morning, he saw and he knew, okay, if I'm paying attention to Shanti, then I get a reward. Whether the reward, he wasn't taking treats, but I'm still patting him, I'm talking to him. The rewards aren't just your treats, right? The rewards are that physical and that mental satisfaction that he needs. And so finding what he wants. If he wants to just watch the dogs like he was doing at the park or at Auditorium Shores, I'm allowing him to watch the dogs if he's doing it properly. if he's not pulling me, right? If he's not barking. Let's say, for example, he started pulling or he started barking, you're done, the privilege is taken away, freedom is earned, right? Even though he's on the leash, he still has freedom to be loose, or he still has freedom to go and sniff and do other things like that. If we're allowing him to not listen or allowing him to pull in any other way, like marking his territory or whatever, he's gonna clock that every single time. Are you listening, or are you just licking the mailbox? Riley, that's gross, honey. That's so gross. Are you ready to see your mom?